So I'm doing my second vlog today, and I just wanted to start out by talking about class. Yesterday I found analyzing the sounds in the poem a little bit tricky. It reminded me a lot of my linguistics class that I took last semester, and I was not a huge fan of that, but I definitely was able to take something out of it. I was able to understand the different rhythms in the poem and different patterns that I wouldn't have recognized before, and I had actually never broken down a poem like that before by sounds, so specifically in words. So it was interesting to look at, and it gave me a new perspective on the rhythms and makeup of poetry. So another thing we had to do this week is to talk about a form of poetry in our vlog, and my form of poetry was free verse poetry, and it is poetry that is free of limitations of regular meter or rhythm and does not rhyme with fixed forms. So for example, I printed out a poem that is a free verse poem. It's called Fog by Carl Sandburg, and I will read it to you. The fog comes out on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches, and then moves on. So it fits into the parameters of what a free verse poem is because it doesn't have any specific rhyme that it's supposed to follow. It doesn't follow a specific meter. It's very free in form. The author basically did whatever they wanted with the rhythm of it, and overall he used the free verse to add his own flair to the poem instead of having structure to it, which I think is interesting overall in general with free verse poems. It really gives the poet free reign on what they want to do with their work, and I think that's really interesting to see what they do with it. One thing that I found interesting about this specific poem is the enjambment in it. It creates tension. Each line has a break in the middle, and then the sentence ends in the next line. So it's only a 2-sentence long poem, but it is 6 lines. So I think that was just really interesting how the author did that. Looking forward into the weeks, based on what I've learned from this week, this class, my reading this week, is that I need to take more in-depth notes, and I need to study the notes a little bit better that I had taken before I come to class, just so I have a better understanding of what exactly I read. Because I did read it, I took notes, but I think that I could have been more prepared for the class. I could have read over the notes a few more times and had it fresh in my brain when I came in. And then looking more at poetry, and specifically poetry, I think that I need to still try to tone it back and take more of a simple approach at it at first, because I still tend to jump right in and want to look for deeper meaning, but I need to simplify my analysis of the poetry, and I need to go back to how many lines are there. Is there any enjambment in the poem? What words are rhyming? What words are being repeated? The simple parts of the poem before I look deeper into it. So overall, I took a lot away from this week, and I'm looking forward to continue reading new pieces, new poetry, and